I'm Autumn Lewandowski. Happy Thursday.
Yes, I don't know why, but I keep thinking today is Friday. Today feels like a
That's
Friday.
it's the worst because you know what? It's not Friday. Although Mary Beth always says it's Friday Eve.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that sounds better. It's got a better ring to it.
But it's still not good enough.
It isn't because it's still
It's,
Thursday,
it's
but
still
it's
not good
all
enough.
about where you're mentally at. So
Yeah,
Friday Eve, everybody.
yeah. And see, Barb says me too. See,
I don't
Barb,
know
you're
what
with
it
me. You're
is
with me.
about
I don't
this
know what it
week.
is.
Yeah, here
It's
we
just
are.
maybe it's just been a long week. I don't
It's
know.
almost over. We're
Yeah,
getting there. We're
yeah.
counting
But
down.
first full week of Studio 7.
Yeah, we're getting there, right? We did a
Yes.
couple of days last week just online. So
Yeah,
we got our feet wet a little bit. And now the first full week is almost here.
yeah, yeah. Oh, Jordan says definitely feels like a Friday because of the Bills. I think that could be it. That Monday night game. No,
Hmm.
I'm trying to convince you.
Yeah,
It's not working.
maybe. No, I was trying to think of what day would fall where. And yeah, that would make sense because if
Yeah,
people thought Monday was Sunday.
yeah.
I get it. It makes
Could be,
sense.
could be. So
I'm
we're
with that
saying
logic.
hello to everybody. One more day, Connie. Yes, one more day. So good afternoon,
Hi, Lori.
Lori. Good
Yeah, good to
afternoon,
see
Barb,
you.
Connie. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And for those of you that maybe this is your first time joining us, Studio 7 is all about exactly what you're going to see today. It's us having a conversation with you and us talking about the things that matter to you. Right?
Right. And you can see it online. We're on
Yes.
Facebook. We've got the comments going back and forth so
Yeah.
we can talk to you as well. And not only do we talk to everyone that's online and you can view this on TV, but then when we go to commercial breaks, we're
Yeah.
still talking to everybody. We're doing our thing
Yeah.
in the background
Yeah.
here.
And we have fun during these commercial breaks. We have some really good
We have fun
conversation.
all the time, no?
Yeah, we do. We do. Good point. Good point. But we have some really good conversations. So if you're able to join us on socials, Facebook, YouTube, and X.
Hmm.
But on Facebook and YouTube, you can actually comment
Okay.
and you can
Yeah.
join in on the conversation. We have some really good conversations. I love
Sorry, I
it.
was just reading.
Yeah. Well,
I
you know
can't
what?
read and talk at the same time.
Well, Autumn, tell us what you're reading up on because I mean, there's
Oh,
a
I was just
storm.
seeing Peter's comment.
Oh, were you?
It was just the afternoon version of the earlier they call it the cuppies in the
Yeah,
morning. They're
yeah,
like
yeah,
cuppies
yeah.
in the afternoon. So I was kind of reading on that. Do we want to talk about what's going on, or do we want to do the book stuff? What do we want to do first here?
Well, let's talk about the weather. I mean, this is
Well,
something big, right?
everyone has been talking about Hurricane Helene.
Yeah.
It's been strengthening more so as kind of the sun came up.
Mhm.
Now a major hurricane, 120-mile-an-hour wind. So major hurricanes are at a category 3, 110 miles per hour or
Mhm.
higher.
Mhm.
Um, Potentially could strengthen even a bit more before landfall. And we've got still several hours before that happens. So this is going to be in kind of the Big Bend area of Florida.
Yeah.
I have some friends that are in Tampa and they're sending me some videos where they're not getting the brunt of the storm,
Yeah.
but it's such a massive system. It's already, I mean, not only through the entire state of Florida, but into Georgia as well. And those feeder bands, kind of those outer edges that come whipping around, they're often ones that not only do you get flooding because you're kind of in the same path of not just the beginning, but the end of that band coming
Yeah.
through. But then there's tornadoes that become more of a threat. And there's still surges all on that western edge of Florida from the eastern side of the storm, if you can follow that. So,
Mhm.
um, it's a massive system, one that is extremely strong. And hopefully, those that were mandatory to evacuate have evacuated because
Yeah.
it's going to be something
Yeah. So stay
headed
in
to the
touch.
northern coast.
Stay in
Yeah.
touch with your friends and family
Oh,
in
for
those
sure.
areas.
Yeah.
And someone asked, how is that going to affect Buffalo?
Well, what's going to happen? I haven't mentioned it on air yet, but what's going to happen with this system? It will end up barreling right into South Carolina, Georgia, central, western Tennessee, through the Appalachians. And you would think that's headed straight for us, but it actually kind of moves to the west and
Mhm.
gets caught up in another system to the south, and they kind of spiral each other.
Mhm.
And what that's called is Fujiwara,
Mm.
the Fujiwara effect. So it's pretty
Wow.
cool
Yeah.
in the terms of what dynamics take place in the upper atmosphere.
Yeah.
But an absolutely scary storm in general for what's
Yeah.
to come.
Absolutely. So stay safe. Do what you need to do to keep you and your family safe.
Yeah, everyone up here that knows family down there. And it's, I was talking to, again, friends in Tampa, and they said, the strangest thing about this is usually it's people where in Tampa or southern portions of Florida um, go north. They head up towards Tallahassee to get out of the way of the storm. And now that storm is headed right in that direction. So people are moving more south or kind of trying to get out of Florida all in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah. Please stay safe. Please stay
Mhm.
safe.
Mhm.
Um, and then something pretty cool, subject change, but something pretty cool that's happening across the company. But here at WKBW, we really believe in every child having access to books because we
Right.
know that the earlier children learn to read, the better off they do in life.
Exactly.
So we have our Give a Child a Book campaign, which you're going to see information come up on the screen, and we welcome you to take part. We're all taking part. We're all very
Mhm.
excited to be a part of this. And children who have access to or lack of access to a variety of books spend far less time reading, resulting in lower reading proficiency and struggle to complete even high school. So this is a very important campaign, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the books we love to read. We want to hear from you all. What books did you like to read growing up? We want to talk about that, and we'll get right into that when we come back. So stay with us. You're watching Studio 7. Hello to our friends online. Oh, the kids book drive. Oh, awesome. Yeah, they're talking about the kids book drive that was on Second Cup this morning.
Oh, nice.
So, can I just tell you, it is absolutely amazing to watch the kids. Like, we had the honor of going to the school last year for a
Yes.
show that I was a part of, and it
Mhm.
was so fun just being around the kids, having them read to us, watching them pick out their books. It was
Mhm.
just amazing.
Yeah, we did that a couple of years ago. We being me went, but with Channel 7 is the we.
Yeah, yeah.
And I absolutely love the school. They were so excited to come in and pick out their book. And the one he picked out he picked out a book for his sibling
Hmm.
because he knew they didn't have one. And I was like, how
Mm,
selfless is that? Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
that.
that's the sweetest thing.
I love that.
Yeah,
And having, I mean, I feel like it just opens up their little imaginations.
it sure
It just
does.
opens it up. And I absolutely love it.
Natalia's she's in kindergarten. So she just actually, how apropos, she came home with little mini books
Hmm.
and they're filled with sight words that we're just going to have to do on repetition because part of seeing it and repeating it is kind of learning it to read it.
Yep.
And I didn't know that's kind of how you begin to read. I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to help someone begin to read.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's really excited to do that with her and then have this campaign be something that we speak about today. So
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important. So we're getting ready to go back on air to all of our friends here online in a minute here. But do you remember one of your first books?
no,
And
I don't.
Daryl, the book drive is not. It is for small kids because we're supporting an elementary school
Hmm.
um, at this point, but the whole point is that education is important for reading is important for everyone, and it starts with our little ones because we want to create the habit of
Hmm.
reading. I mean, because if you don't have it, it makes a huge difference in life. It really, really does.
It does.
Yeah, if you don't have it at an early age. Um, but anyone can take part. Anyone can take part and support. We have the information on the screen. We would love that if you could support. It's a big deal.
It sure is. Yeah. Most of everyone here at the station has
Yeah,
even been a part of it
yeah,
too. So
yeah.
it means a lot.
All right. Welcome back to Studio 7, everyone. We're so glad you're with us. Happy Friday Eve.
Friday Eve is here.
Friday
It's feeling
Eve,
good.
as we said. And right before the break, we were talking about the Give a Child a Book campaign. And we all know that kids that pick up a book at an earlier age do better. There's a higher high school graduation rate, and they just do better, right?
I get that's what they all say.
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
I don't have personal experience with that, but I was just saying within the break, my daughter's in kindergarten
yeah.
and she just came home with these little mini books, and it's all about learning to see these words and
Mm-hmm.
repeat them
Mm-hmm.
and begin to learn to read.
Yep.
And it's just super exciting. She had this one book over the summer that she would read, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was this little boy that was being yelled at for everything that he did. His name was David. Hey, David, something like that. And she was so excited to turn those pages
Yeah.
and know what each page said and to see that smile and
Yeah.
glow on her face. I did it. I did it. So I'm really excited to see her learn all these sight words and
Yeah.
begin the process of learning how to read. I can't believe it's kindergarten that they learn to read. I don't
I
remember reading
know.
in kindergarten.
I remember handing our girls books, and they couldn't when they were babies, but they would do like the little babbling, and they
Yes.
thought they
Yeah.
were reading to each other. It was
Perfect.
the cutest thing. They still don't. Well, now they don't read to each other. They have complete opposite likes in books. Like Jemiah likes chapter books,
Okay.
and Brooklyn loves a good picture book.
Okay.
So they are completely
Hmm.
opposite, but Jemiah just gets lost in those chapter books.
Right. I
She
I
really
love to
does.
just sit and read and not be a part of
Hmm.
television, phones, all of that stuff. On vacation, I was able to actually read a little
Uh,
bit.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. My family thinks I'm boring because when we go on vacation, I'll always take a good book. So when they're out in the pool, I
Hmm.
have my book. When we're out on the beach, I have my book. They're like,
Right.
"Oh, mom, you're so boring."
Yeah. I just
It's
need
yeah,
15, 20
yeah.
minutes. Natalia, still the age where mama is so much fun that I have to play with her. By day, like
Yeah.
6, she finally was like, okay, mom has the book. Give her 20 minutes. She'll be good to go.
Oh, I love that. Okay, Caitlin, I read all of the Game of Thrones books. Okay,
Nice.
that is my
Okay.
daughter
Hmm.
Gabriella. She
Hmm.
has all of them. She read like when they first came out, she had to
Yeah.
have them. So, do you have a favorite, or did you growing up have favorite books?
I like murder
Do
mystery,
you?
that type of thing. Of course, I loved like all of Nicholas Sparks' books,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
romantic side of relationships and whatnot, and him being along like the coastal waters of
Yeah.
South Carolina. So that those were always very fun. What I'm taking back to when you said, do you remember one of the first books you read? And I said no, but I think I'm recalling. Um, I think it was for school, and I read The Star of David,
Mhm.
and I've remembered it ever since. I mean, it was a sad story, but a good story. And it was just about a little kid who was Jewish and had to hide her Star of David, and just the what she had to go through in order to stay alive
Mhm.
during
Mhm.
that time. So it's always stuck with me. Although it's a little fuzzy now, like decades
Yeah,
later
yeah,
to
yeah.
recall.
Yeah. Okay, so this is really, I don't know what my family won't be surprised, but mine was the hungry hungry caterpillar. I'm a foodie.
You're going
Yes,
way
the
way
hungry
back.
hungry caterpillar. The magic school bus.
Okay,
Amelia
yeah.
Bedelia, Punky Brewster. Like I was into
Oh
all of
yeah,
that. Do you remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. Those were all really fun.
Yeah, I used
Hmm.
to love reading. Now, I have a question for you. And those of you online, do you remember the Pizza Hut Book It program?
I remember what did they call it? What did the bookmobile? I think they called it the bookmobile.
Okay.
So it was like a caravan that came,
Okay,
right?
what do you
To,
remember about it?
you could go in there and you buy books, but I always bought magazines instead with stickers and posters.
And then what happened after you read the books?
I don't know.
Oh, we're not talking about the same program
Okay. No, yeah, this
because
is
you
you
got a
what?
personal pan pizza
Oh,
whenever you reported that you read the book.
I oh,
You don't remember
mm,
that? Did you guys not have that in your school?
I must not have gone to a
I
fancy one.
probably got 20 pizzas per summer. I mean, no lie.
No,
I
no, I would
promise you.
remember that. No, I didn't.
Oh
That
yeah.
didn't
So you
happen.
could you you could read a book and then you turn it in the book that you read and then they would give you a slip for a personal pan pizza. One topping. I remember.
See, that's why you remember all the books you read.
I don't. I remember the
I went and
pizzas.
got magazines
I
to have
remember the
posters on my
pizzas. I
wall.
don't.
I didn't read the books. I just got some posters.
Yes, some people do remember the bookmobile.
Okay.
Yeah. The scholastic books, too. Those were a big deal. Do you remember those? They had the fun where you had
Mm.
to, there were things hidden in pictures. You had to circle them. You find, oh, what were you doing?
Well, I don't have a great memory, so I may have done that.
I
I
used
don't
to love
know.
getting those scholastic books
Yeah,
and
no.
just ordering a ton of, I used to, reading was one of my favorite things to do. And
Mhm.
call me a dork if you want, but I used to just pick up a dictionary and find different words and
Oh,
just learn them. I mean, I was
that's a great habit to form.
yeah.
I did not do that.
I'm telling you, I was doing a lot for a little pizza.
I picked up the big, I think it was like JC Penney's. They had these really huge
Yeah,
books of all the things that you could buy, and I would look at what I would like and then see if those were the most expensive things to buy.
yeah. Daryl says Autumn
Nothing
blocked
to
it
do
all
with
out.
nothing to do with reading.
Okay, so we'll be right back. We are going to talk some more fun stuff on reading. And if you're online, share with us some of your memories. But if you're at home, we'll be right back. You're watching Studio 7. Okay, so let's hear what some of the folks are saying. Oh, yep, they had the Pizza Hut program at my son's school, and I remember he worked very hard to try to get those pizzas. He's 42 now, so it's been a while.
Yeah,
So
I
you
don't
guys didn't
remember the
have that?
pizzas. Well, was he I was in Buffalo public schools, not to
I was in a
shame
public
them
school
or
too.
anything.
Yeah, yeah.
In Buffalo?
No, no, no.
I don't know if they had the same type of
Yeah,
what would they be called? Programs.
yeah.
Maybe they're a little bit different. I don't remember getting pizzas.
Oh man,
No.
I used to love getting the books. I used
I
to.
probably this is why it is
Mhm.
because it was summer and I wasn't thinking to read books in the summer.
Girl, when there's pizza on the line,
I just don't remember that.
there was pizza
I just don't
on
remember
the
that.
line.
I can't
Yep,
believe I
Paula
don't.
says book it. She remembers it well. I'm telling you, there was nothing like a Pizza Hut pizza, and I never shared it either.
Understandably, you
Never
earned
shared.
it.
I earned it
Hmm.
for that picture book. I earned it. I earned my pizza.
For the you found
So,
the
so would you say your
scholastic.
love for reading has grown over the years, or did you not like reading so much as a kid and you like it more now?
I think I like it more now. You know, I really didn't like, and I think this might be the case for a lot of, well, I won't speak for everybody, but when you had to sit in the circle in school, I remember this in fourth grade, and everyone had to read like a paragraph of a chapter
Yeah,
of a book out loud to everybody else in the classroom.
I remember that.
Like that
Yeah,
was torment. So maybe that scarred me.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, I don't want to read in
yeah.
front of
Someone on here said
anybody.
she blocked it all out.
I
Autumn.
That or I just have a bad memory. I got to start taking some brain food.
So we want to know what some of your favorite books are. To all of our online folks, what are some of your favorite books that you used to read that you currently read with your kids? Um, Wendy says my 3 children loved book it. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. There was nothing like it. If they had it, I would still try to take some, slips to Pizza Hut and be like,
Yeah.
hey,
Well, that's when you get your kids. You're like, hey, this
yeah,
is what you got
sit
to do.
down. We're reading this book,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I'm gonna need half that pizza, kid.
Don't be selfish.
I'm gonna need half that pizza,
I
kid.
got to eat too. Mm.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I wasn't sure. Okay, yeah, we're coming back.
So, welcome back to Studio 7. We're having a great conversation about reading today.
It is,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how much we would be able to talk about how
Oh, there's a
what
lot.
books we read and that type of thing, but it's been a lot of fun. A lot of people are saying they know the Book It program. I had the bookmobile that I remember in school way
Yeah.
back
And
when.
so it would ride around.
Yeah, it would come to your school and each class would have, so much time to go out and buy whatever they wanted in the
Hmm.
bookmobile.
Kind of like
And
an ice cream truck, but for books.
yes, but you got to go in it,
Oh,
which
that's
was
cool.
fun. Hmm. Yeah,
I like
it was a
that.
lot of fun.
I like that. And our reason for talking, I mean, it's never a bad time to talk about books, but today we are really talking about our Give a Child a Book campaign.
Hmm. Hmm.
WKBW, we believe in giving children books that can take them to new places, plant seeds for future success, and help break the cycle of poverty. Children who lack access to a variety of books spend far less time reading, resulting in lower reading proficiency and struggle to even complete high school. So there's a link on your screen where you can actually take part. All of us here at the station are taking part, and we want to invite everybody at home, right?
Right. It's such a good program to see kids' eyes light up. Number one, so we go to a school every year,
Yeah.
the station, and there are just so many dozens and dozens of different books that these kids can go out and pick whatever they want.
Yep.
The smiles on their faces to pick the book that they want is just amazing.
Yeah.
And I love being a part of that.
Yeah. And it creates habits in our kids because let me tell you, the imagination that it sparks in my girls, I love watching my girls when they're sitting and reading. Now, the difference between the two of them is Jemiah loves to read, so she reads for fun.
Hmm.
Brooklyn reads because we tell her however much time she spends reading, that's how much time she gets on the game. So let's
Okay.
just be clear.
Y-
One of them read for fun, the other reads to get to the fun.
yes.
Because she does
You
not think reading is fun.
you do what you have to do. But Natalia, a lot of like tiny babies, they would love their like those thick books that you could page through and look at and read every night. She was never a fan. I would have
Hmm.
to say, please just sit with me. So because I want to read this to you. I
Yeah.
really want to read this to you. And she had much more fun role playing with Barbies and turtles
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
using her imagination in those ways
Hmm.
than to sitting and looking at a book. I
Hmm.
think it might be a little bit different now that she's going to have the tools in order to learn
Yeah.
how to read the words that are in the books. So I'm really excited for that.
Is there a certain type of book she likes? Does she like more picture books?
Um I think right now she really enjoys kind of the hidden, like Where's Waldo, but maybe not that small. Waldo's really small in a lot of those. She
Hmm.
likes to look at pictures in that way. Um but yeah, there's no single book that she really enjoys one
Yeah.
over the other. She'll
Yeah.
sit and let me read whatever I want to her, but it's usually with a lot of pleases.
Yeah. 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 Is the Do you guys read to her at all at
Hmm.
this? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like I said, I read the books to her, but if they're over a few minutes long, she's like, yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, okay, bedtime. I would rather fall asleep than listen to the rest of this book, which sounds awful, but she'll come
No,
around, I
my
think.
girls are the same. They are the same, and they're 10 years old. They're like,
Mhm.
Mom, I'm good. Thank you. We're good. We got this.
Yeah, there was one about catching a dinosaur that she really liked because she was very big into dinosaurs and still
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
for a long time. So she thought it was really fun to see how they couldn't catch her the entire time that these little kids were chasing her. But
Yeah.
that's probably the longest span that she's had with me is to read that book.
Yeah. Ugh. I absolutely love the magic. I think books unlock so much. And I think it's important that our kids have the option to pick the books that most speak to them.
Right, because you want it to be fun. I mean, how often as an adult I'll pick up a book and I just don't like the reading
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Or I mean, sometimes, I mean, you read the dictionary for
I
fun,
mean, not the whole thing, but I would flip through and find
but
some word. Yeah.
there would be some books that I mean, there are words that I had never seen. I'm like, how am I going to read this book? And I don't know what. I have to go to the
Uh-huh.
dictionary,
Hmm.
look it up. I'm like, okay, well, that book is not for me. So you want them to have something that intrigues them and keeps
Yeah.
them interested. There's nothing better than a book that you just can't put down,
Yeah.
you know.
And there have been times where I've walked into my teenager's room and she's like, "Mom, I'm busy. I'm reading." That is one time I could not get mad at her.
Mhm.
Normally it's like, well, okay, you didn't have to be rude about it. I'm like, no, no problem. No problem.
You're doing
See you
good,
later.
girl.
No problem at all. So, for those of you at home and online, we're talking about the importance of reading today. And up on your screens, you'll see a link where you can donate and be a part of the Give a Child a Book campaign.
Mhm.
I've been to the schools, Autumn has been to the schools, and it's super important. And seeing kids light up, young people light up when they pick up a book of their choice,
Right.
there's nothing like it.
It's super exciting.
Yeah.
And I said before, one little kid picked out a book for his sibling,
Yeah.
and I can't get it out of my mind. I love the fact that they care about each other so
Yeah.
much too.
Yeah.
So it's good to
So
see them.
be a part. Join us, be a part. And also join us tomorrow, 4:30, Studio 7, every day.
Yeah,
We
we'll
have
be
fun
here.
here.
I think so,
Yeah,
right?
we have fun.
Friday Eve, we're ready to do it.
Yeah. So join us here. We'll see you tomorrow, 4:30.